Live match of the what a match. What a Serie A encounter. AC Milan versus Napoli. This is Luka Modric, an Asian midfielder, versus Kevin De Bruyne. That is Real Madrid, Asian midfielder, and Manchester City, Asian midfielder. These are excellent players. And it was between the two arguably best teams in Serie A. So it was that important that if you didn't watch that match, you go ahead and, of course, see some clips of that match. It was so awesome. Yeah, the match actually delivered. Before this match, on current form, AC Milan had gone 4 games unbeaten without even conceding a goal. And then Napoli has gone, played 5 games, won 3, and then lost 2 out of the 3. So on head-to-head, Napoli had dominated, winning 2-1 and 2-0 the last time they actually met AC Milan. And then looking at this season statistics, of course, Milan has been strong defensive-wise and has conceded just 2 goals, compared to Napoli that has conceded up to 9 goals. Okay, that's scored up to 9 goals and consider more goals. Key factors though, AC Milan was playing home, so there is that San Siro home advantage compared with the form of their players. Christian Pulisic had 4 goals before this match in 5 games, and Napoli tendency to score early and their league leading position suggests they remain significant threat in this match. But when the game started, bro, even though a lot of portals has predicted this game to end in a tie and then both teams scoring and all that, but it didn't go that way, man. It didn't go that way. I would say this game actually started off to be electrifying, of course, but then it was 2 equal halves. In the first half, it was AC Milan who dominated, and in the 3rd minute, AC Milan had already gone ahead to take the lead. Yes, AC Milan took the lead in the 3rd minute, just 3 minutes as the game started. And then before you knew it, before 30 minutes, AC Milan made the 2 goals. Yeah, 2 unreplied goals. In the 31st minute, it was already 2 unreplied goals. And to tell you that AC Milan actually dominated the first half, aside losing out in ball possession, which they had like 39%, and Napoli had 61% in the first half. AC Milan had 1 big chance. AC Milan had 6 shots. And of course, Napoli also has 6 shots. Napoli had no big chance. AC Milan also had 3 big saves. Yeah. And Napoli had 1 save. But then when you come to ball passes, AC Milan had 220 ball passes, and then Napoli had 338, over 100 ball passes over Inter Milan. But sorry, over AC Milan. But then AC Milan was direct and they were tactical in their play. When it come to tackles, it was 6s, free kicks was 3 for AC Milan, 2 for Napoli. There was no yellow card, there was no red card. Then when it got to second half, yes, in the second half, don't forget it was 2-0 in the first half already. Goes by Pulisic and Seal Makers. That was scored in the 3rd and the 31st minute. So the second half started with bombshell. Napoli also already knew that they would go down and they had to do everything to come back. So Napoli dominated the second half, especially after AC Milan player actually received the red card. So Napoli dominated, creating 2 big chances. AC Milan creating none, having 13 shots on goal. AC Milan had no shots on goal in the second half. AC Milan goalkeeper had 3 wonderful saves. Oh my God. Every one of them felt like they were going into the net. And then Napoli goalkeeper was actually on recess. He never had a save and he wasn't under any threat. Corner kicks in second half, Napoli had 5 corner kicks. And in terms of passes, Napoli had 263 passes. And in corner kicks, AC Milan had none in the second half. AC Milan had 137 passes. Also less than 100 of what Napoli had. For tackles, AC Milan had 5, Napoli had 7, free kicks 4-4, yellow card. AC Milan had 1 yellow card and 1 red card. Napoli had no yellow card and no red card. But after all the pumping and bombarding by AC Milan, by Napoli, of course, AC Milan were able to run away with a 2-1 victory. Yes, I forgot to mention to you that in the 60th minute, there was a penalty call for Napoli, which was awarded. And Kevin De Bruyne was able to put that ball into the back of the net. So the game, of course, never disappointed. It was fun. It was lovely watching. The red card actually changed the whole game because that red card actually occurred in the 50-something minute, and it gave Napoli the whole opportunity to keep firing at all cylinder and threatening to score AC Milan. But at the end of the day, yes, it was AC Milan who went over and won the encounter, having 12 points alongside Napoli, but only on top of the table by 1 goal difference right now. So that actually makes the competition of this area more interesting and more fun. Of course, just like every other league in Europe is shaping up right now. Even in England, every other league is shaping up. Liverpool is losing. Man U, of course, their second name has become losers. Arsenal has managed to come back. Man City had managed to pull two wins at a goal. And what else? So yeah, it was a good match. I think Christian Pulisic, who had the goal and assist, should have been the man of the match, and he also had 8.4 ball rating. Yeah, he was actually crowned the man of the match. And that red card was to Estupinan, who was taken off in the 57 minutes. Estupinan was already off. After he was off, Kevin De Bruyne was able to put in the ball at the back of the net for a penalty thereafter. And then there were some changes, but Napoli actually fought back massively to ensure they come back into this game, but it just didn't work. At the end of the day, AC Milan tops the table with goal difference, and Napoli is second, and I think Inter should be third now. Let me confirm that. Yeah, that's how it went today. When you go to standings, yeah, okay, Roma is third, Juventus is fourth, and Inter is ninth. Atlanta is sixth. No, Inter is fifth, Atlanta is sixth, yeah. And then, yeah, the league is actually very much open because we have three clubs in 12 points. Milan, Napoli, Roma. And then it's only Juventus that has 11 points in fourth position. But Inter Milan, Atlanta, and Cremonese has 9 points each. And any of these teams can win the league. Just like the EPL. The EPL is still very much open. This is still very much open. No team is running away with it yet. What a great football. I enjoyed seeing the legend from Real Madrid play the legend from Man City. It was a very good game from both of them, and of course, showed their class, showed what they're made of. But age, man, will still be age. They might not be in their prime, but they got what it takes. Thank you for listening, and like, share, and follow for more. Bye now.